Hi, Amy at Fashion Toppings here with a quick sewing project. This is not a refashioning, this is making something from scratch. Now, last summer I made myself pajama shorts, and they're so comfortable. They're out of soft flannel, and for this holiday weekend, I want another pair. I don't want to have to keep washing these every time I wear them, so I'm going to make myself a quick another pair. Now, I'm using thin flannel, and just to prepare, I folded it in half, like sides together, and this pattern is stripes. So as you can see, bright stripes. So what I've done is I've matched up all the stripes so that when I'm cutting my material, I won't have, you know, stripes kind of going all which way. So I pinned the loose edge, not the folded edge. My folded edge is up here. I pinned the loose edge so that all my stripes, when you look inside, they match up with the other side. They're the same color pattern. That'll help keep everything looking nice and neat. So I got my fabric folded in half. My fold is up here, which doesn't matter. You're not going to be using the fold. We're cutting the fold anyway. So you take your shorts, and this is the front of my shorts. So I'm going to fold it so the front is on the outside and my butt is on the inside. That's what we're going to start off with. Make sure you fold it, get everything nice and straight. Lay it down on your fabric. With stripes, it's going to be a little bit trickier. Okay, do the best I can. So I've got it laying flat. So it's going to look like that. Now I'm going to take my chalk. And I'm going to trace slightly outside my edges because I like my shorts baggy. And I have not pre-treated this fabric. And normally when you buy new fabric, you want to wash and dry it to get the sizing out of it or to allow for shrinkage. So you normally would wash and dry your fabric before you use it, but I'm in a hurry. I have repairmen coming to my house, and so I want to get these shorts done before they get here. So I didn't have time to wash and dry this. So I'm going to just a little bit larger than my shorts, not much though. And we're just tracing the shorts. We're not adding in our seam allowance at all, not at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and trace around my shorts. Now my fabric is not a stretch fabric, so I'm going to tell you something in just a minute. So I'm starting at my hemline. I want my shorts. I always put my folded rolled hem that I love so much. So I need to add at least 2 inches onto the bottom of my shorts. Okay, so we're going to want to trace around the outside of our shorts. Here's the crotch right here. And one thing you need to remember is I'm not working with stretchy fabric. So right where at the waistband where you start to curve in, see where it starts to curve in? There's elastic in there, so it scrunched up. So what we want to do is instead of curving and following the waistband, because we need to make sure this is going to fit over the widest part of our hips when we put it on, because if it's not stretched fabric. So I'm going to, right from the widest part of my hips, trace my shorts, and I'm actually just going to go straight up, so that there would be no part of my shorts is narrower than the widest part. So basically on this outside seam, I'm just drawing a straight line. So I went 2 inches below the shorts so that I have my cuff, the distance I want to roll for my cuff. And I'm going to draw straight up, and it's a straight line, and I'm not going to cut back in. I'm going to keep going straight and go straight up off my fabric because I want 2 inches at the top for my casing. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to show you a picture. I'll hold it up and show it to you as soon as I make these lines darker. Okay, now I need to trace my inner crotch area. Okay, make sure it's laying out flat. I'm not going to follow straight in because I don't want to shrink up my material. I'm actually tracing, and then I'm starting to go up. See right here, I'm going to go up so that I have enough room to get over my hips. Okay, take my shorts off here. Now, since we are tracing the front of our shorts, I take my chalk and I make a big F for front, so I know that these are my front panels. Just doing my straight hem across the bottom. I'll be doing a rolled hem anyway, so I can even it out if I need to. Now, when you're cutting it out, you have to make sure you leave your 1/2 inch seam allowance, which is nice when you're working with stripes because I can see the stripes right through the fabric. It helps me make a straight line. Okay, and after you get done cutting out, don't forget, we have it on the fold, so we need to cut the 2 pieces apart. So I need to cut the fold. Okay, here, I'm going to give you a better idea of the shape and what I mean. Okay, my shorts are really long because I like to do my cuff, but here is the crotch, and my side seam, see I went straight up, and normally when you look at shorts, if you trace shorts, the waistband comes in because it has elastic, and we haven't put our elastic in yet, so we needed to go straight up so that we have enough material that when we put our elastic in, our shorts will be wide enough to get over our hips. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of those, and I did put the F in the middle, but I need to do that to the other side so that I know that that is also a front panel. You see a lot of tutorials where they have you just trace the short and make 4 pieces exactly the same, but I mean that works if you're tiny and don't have a lot of curves. But if you have curves, you need to compensate. So your back side of your shorts is going to be bigger. Everything's falling off. Your back side of your shorts is going to be bigger. It's more fabric than your front side. So let's go ahead and make your back side. So now we take our shorts, put them back up. I made a little homemade tag so I can tell what the back is. Now the back will be on the outside, and our front is on the inside. So now we're looking at what would be our butt. Pull out the crotch section so we get our little J shape here. Okay. Lay them down on fabric as well. Now once again we're going to trace again. And remember, we're not going to come in right here at the curve. We're just going to go straight up. Okay. Okay, now trace the crotch side. Okay, I got my shorts traced. Do my bottom hem. Okay. And I'll put a big B on it so we know that that's the back. Okay, and cut it out. Leaving your 1/2 inch around the edges for your seam allowance. Okay, now all my pieces are cut out. I got my back pieces cut out, and I have my front pieces cut out. So what I need to do, let's work with the front pieces first, because I know they have F's on them, so I know which ones are which. And we need to pin together. Let me see. Okay, there's going to be the crotch. Here's your waistband. Here's your leg hem. We need to pin from the crotch, from the crotch up to the top of the waistband. We need to pin the 2 front pieces together. So I have them all pinned together, and I need to do the same to the back. 2 back pieces. I need to pin to the area that goes right over your butt. Okay, so I've got it all pinned together. So the next thing you're going to want to do is take it to the sewing machine, and for each section, I need to just sew along the pin line. Now mine is not a stretch fabric. It has no give to it at all because it's a flannel. So I'm going to use a straight stitch, and then I'm going to go and zigzag my edges because this material will roll and fray both, the flannel will. So I'm going to do that to both my front and my back, and I'll be right back. Okay, I stitched down the J shape. So there we go. And this is our front panel. So we're going to put our front panel, right sides facing up, and then put our back panel, right sides facing down, and grab the two seams in the crotch. That goes, we're going to be grabbing the crotch, the front and the back of the crotch, getting those two seams matched up. So, pin them together. Now, working from the crotch, we're going to go out towards the legs and pin our inner leg seams. I can tell already I'm going to have to trim up my hem because I didn't cut my hem evenly. Okay, now go back to center crotch and pin out to the other leg. Do the inner leg seam. Okay, now that I have the crotch part pinned up, now we need to pin the outer side seams. So you can start to look like shorts. So we're going to want to pin down the outer side seams. And I like my shorts baggy, so I'm making these kind of baggy. Okay, now I have my shorts all pinned up. As you can see, I got the side seams right here. Side seams pinned up and the inner crotch right there between the legs. That's all pinned up. So now all I have to do is take it to the sewing machine, and I'm going to run a straight stitch right down my sides, and then come up and go up and over to that leg. So I'm just going to follow that pin line up, over the crotch, and then back down, and then do my last of the side seam. And then my shorts are all together. All we have left to do is put in a channel for our elastic casing, and hem up the bottom, and then we're done. So I'll be right back. They look like shorts inside out. They're all done. Okay, hopefully it's not getting too loud. The landscapers just showed up, of course, in the middle of videotaping. So what I did is this is leftover elastic. It's baby blue, I know, but it's elastic. This is going to be our waistband. Measure it around your waist, where you want your shorts to be. These are the new jeans I got from Tilly's. But, okay. So mine is just enough. So, now we're going to make our channel at the waistband. We've done this many a times if you've been watching my projects. Just fold your waistband down. And I did mine, remember I said I measured up 2 inches? I did mine because I like to have a really wide waistband. I don't know why, I just like the movement, the elastic's able to move easier. So I'm actually, see how wide I'm making the waistband? See, a lot wider than my elastic. So, make your little fold over. Make it a little less in the back. So my back waistband's higher than the front. Make sure your side seams line up when you're done folding. And pin your channel into place. Okay, once you pin your channel into place, then go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and sew right along the bottom of your channel. And I'm going to use a zigzag stitch just because I'm going to have elastic in here and I just want it to be sturdier. So I'm going to do a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to go all the way around my channel, at the bottom of my channel, but still on the colorful fabric. So I'm going to do a zigzag stitch all the way around the bottom of that channel, and then leave a little opening in. So what I usually do is I find like the back seam, and I'll do an X with my pins. I'll do a little X. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. See how the pins are at an X? That way, when I get to my sewing machine, I know stop sewing. So I can leave a little opening so I can feed my elastic through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine, and I will be right back. Okay, so I did my little casing. And I put my elastic in already. I left an opening at the back. I fed my elastic through, and then I just stitched over the opening. There we go. Okay, so they're getting cute. Now what we need to do, turn them inside right. These are my little pajama bottoms. So now it's time to roll our cuffs. And I roll once, about almost an inch. Okay, and then I'm going to roll again. And I will take this to my ironing board. I normally take it to my ironing board and iron between each step. But for the sake of time, I'd roll it twice, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and just do a top stitch. We all know what top stitch is. If you've seen my tutorial on how I altered shorts and pants with a professional rolled cuff, I'm doing the exact same thing here. I'm rolling it twice, and then I'm going to sew right along this top edge right here so that the cuff stays cuffed. Okay, so this is what they're going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to do a top stitch right along my top fold here to hold that in place, and I'm done. And I'll be right back. Okay, well, here's my shorts. These are my little pajama shorts. And one thing you need to remember to do before you wash them again, since we have the chalk marks, you know what your front is, you know what your back is, because you got it written on the inside. Well, that's going to wash away when you put it in the wash. So I took a little heart of felt and just hand stitched it on the back so that I know whenever I'm going to put them on, I just look for that little tiny heart and I know that's the back of my shorts. So here's my little pajama shorts, and can't wait to wear them this weekend. So I hope you try this project. It's easy. I wish I could have showed you on the sewing machine. Hopefully my instructions were clear as far as what I was going to be doing. But some days it just doesn't work out to be up in my sewing room. So, well, this is Amy of Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.